Hey guys, Dr. Callahan here. Welcome to ProbStats Semester 1 for Week 4, Monday. You have 3 questions for your warm-up log. Number 1 is list 3 things you love about the big balloon race in Nevada. This year, unfortunately, we're not going to have it because it got canceled. Number 2, draw a picture of a positive slope, a negative slope, zero slope, and undefined slope. You can go ahead and Google that. And number 3, what and who do you appreciate in your life? Your homework back on Friday was on section 2.4 for number 26 of 44 evens. You can go ahead and find the questions on the Google Doc. So make sure you guys are doing that. So take a moment to go ahead and correct this. When you guys are done, the next day I see you, make sure you do turn it into that green folder. Here's the second part of that. My answers are in red. Also, at the end of each week, make sure you're using your checklist and turning that in at the end of each class, because we do kind of tabulate everything that we go over, and we do have our total points. So make sure you are writing that down on the clipboard to ensure that you get the adequate points you need for this class. Today, we're going to talk about survey problems, which is sections 2.5. There is a YouTube video. It's about 8 minutes that summarizes today's notes as well. We're going to continue on with objectives number 13 and 14 on page 29 and 30. And then lastly, you're going to go ahead and create a Venn diagram poster with the 9 questions that was given to you guys last class. And you're going to pick any 2 and create a poster by answering the following questions. Your homework tonight is going to be on just number 44 on sections 2.4. Make sure you guys go to the Google Doc and scroll down to week 4 Monday to access that homework. And then tomorrow you do have a quiz on 2.4, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is your Venn diagram right here, or your objective. So example 1, it says visualize the results of a survey. The results of the survey are summarized in this figure. How many students are willing to donate blood? And if you take a look at this, A represents a number of students who are willing to donate blood. B represents a number of students that want to serve breakfast. And in between are students that want to donate blood and serve breakfast because they're rock stars. So looking at this, the number of students that are willing to donate blood is just going to be in circle A right here. And so you're going to add the 370 plus the 120, which gives you a grand total of 490, and that is your answer. Question letter B. How many are willing to donate blood but not serve breakfast? So for that one, you're looking at just A, which is this piece right here, and they're not willing to serve breakfast. So in that case, it's going to be the green area, which is just 370. And then for people who don't want to participate on either because they would rather do something else, it is going to be outside the 2 Venn diagram, which is generally you. So in that case, it is 290. So it's outside of the rectangle, and 290 is your answer. All right, so solving survey problems. Use the survey description to define sets and draw a Venn diagram. Use the survey's results to determine the cardinality for each region in the Venn diagram. Start with the intersection of the sets and the innermost region and basically work outwards. So you're essentially starting off with the common area, what they share. And once you have that, then you start looking at the smaller little overlapping sections. If you have like 3 circles, and then lastly, you want to look at the areas where it's just solo. Complete the Venn diagram to answer the problems questions. So you need to go ahead and make sure every single area has a number. And once that's done, you can go ahead and answer the question. All right, example 2. Surveying people's attitude. A survey is taken that asks 2,000 randomly selected US and Canadian adults the following questions. Do you agree, disagree that the primary cause of poverty is social injustice? And so this is the breakdown of how many people resulted with the survey. And it says that 1,060 people agree with the statement stating that poverty is a result of social injustice. Okay, so 1,060 people did take the survey. That's a total, actually. 400 Americans agreed that with the statement. So under this part, you have the total minus the 400 Americans that agreed with it. So then that is going to result in 660 with agree with the results. And then it's also giving you that if half the adults surveyed were Americans, how many Canadians agreed with the statements? So in order to go ahead and find that one, you will go ahead and take the 1,000 Canadians, okay? And you're gonna go ahead and subtract that. So when they take 1,060 minus the 400, which is gonna give you 660 on the side right here. And then you're going to take a look at how many Canadians disagree with the statement. So you're going to take half the 2,000, so it's going to be 1,000, minus the 660, which disagreed with it. And then the result with 340. So this part right here is going to give you the no opinion. All right, so let's take a look at example 3. Example 3, you have an overlapping of 3 different preferences. So in this case, it's saying that 60 people were contacted, so I have 60, and responded to a movie survey. The following information was obtained. 6 people like comedies, drama, and science fiction. So looking at this part right here, you have C for comedies, D for drama, science fiction for SF, okay? 6 people liked all 3 of them. So obviously the area where all 3 of them overlap is going to be 6. Next, it's given to you that 13 people like comedies and drama. So comedies and drama is going to be this little area right here. In order for you to get that area, you're going to have to go ahead and take the 13 minus the 6, which is what they're overlapping, and that is going to give you a 7. So that area is going to be 7. C, 10 people like comedies and science. So comedies and science is going to be this overlapping area. And since there are 10 people, I'm going to take 10 minus 6, which gives you 4. I'm going to put 4 right there. 11 people like drama and science fiction. So this area right here. So 11 minus the 6 is going to give you a 5. And then we're going to look at the workings of the outer circle. So 26 people like comedy. So that means we're only focusing on this little blue area, okay? So that's going to be 26 minus the overlapping area of 7, minus the overlapping area of 6, minus the overlapping area of 4. And that is going to give you a 9. 25 people like science fiction. So that's going to be this area right here. So I'm going to take my 25 minus, look at the overlapping area, that's part of C, which is for science fiction. So minus a 4, minus a 6, minus a 5, and that is going to give you a 10. And lastly, 21 people like drama, which is going to be the last part of drama, which is right there. So you're going to take 21 minus the overlapping of 7, 6, and 5. So minus a 7, minus a 6, minus a 5, and that is going to give you a 3. Now my three overlapping circle of my Venn diagram is completed. Okay, so now that I went ahead and completed my survey or my Venn diagram, I can now proceed forward with answering the questions. My first question asked me comedies, but neither drama nor science fiction. So for this one, we're only focusing on comedy, but not drama or science fiction. So if it's just comedy, it's going to be just the 9. Next one, it's saying, how many people prefer drama and science fiction? So here's drama, here's science fiction. That's what they share, but not comedy. So we can't include the 6, so it's just going to be the 5. C, drama or science fiction. So drama, science fiction, so but not comedy. So it's going to be the drama, both, and science fiction. So I'm looking at the 3 plus 5 plus a 10, which is going to give me 18. And that's a region for C. Okay, for D, exactly one movie style. So it's either going to be comedy or just drama or just science fiction. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 9, the 3, and 10. And I'm going to add them together. And my total is going to be out of 22. And if you look at the 9, 3, and 10, there's no overlapping. Okay, E, at least 2 movie styles. So with at least 2 movie styles, you're looking at comedy and science fiction. So that's going to be 4. You can look at drama or comedies and drama, which is going to be 7. You could look at drama and science fiction, which is going to be 5. Or, and because it says at least 2 at least 2 means that it could be more than 2. So it could be somebody like all 3 movies, comedies, dramas, and science fiction. So it's going to include the 6 as well. So when you add everything together, your total is going to be out of 22. For F, so this person doesn't like comedy, drama, or science fiction. I'm like, maybe romance, maybe documentaries. So in which case, what you do with this one is you're going to look at the outside of this Venn diagram, and the one that's on the outside of the Venn diagram is going to be 16. And if you're not sure how we got to 16, remember there are 60 people that were surveyed for the entire survey. Okay, 60 people. So you're going to take that 60 and you're going to minus everything that's inside the circles, like 9, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, here's a 3, and 10. So that's all the people that actually showed a preference that's inside the 3 circles. And so once you subtract them, you get 16 left, which means 16 people surveyed did not like comedy, drama, or science fiction, or any combinations of the 3. So 16 of them probably maybe prefer romance, documentary, maybe action, horror movies. All right. So next, what I want you guys to do is work on objective number 13. It is page 29. So pause the video to answer the questions. If you want to check your answer, here are your answers. Make sure you're not just simply copying this part down, but you're actually understanding how we get to these numbers. Okay, and then moving on forward to objective number 14 and 15. And then here are your answers for number 14. And that basically concludes everything that we're doing today. So I hope you guys have a good evening. Take care.